Okay, once again, great advice. Keep it safer with Schaeffer. John Schaeffer, right
Hey,
here. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again, man.
Okay, when it comes to insurance,
Yeah.
you need to pay attention to what's in your policy.
I hear this all the time. People, for one thing, you got the importance of is paying attention.
Yeah.
So you go in there, you just sign it, you really don't read the fine print. You get these in the mail.
Yeah, that looks very
Yeah,
familiar
your
to
policy.
me.
Yeah. You're like, I'm just going to throw it in the trash. I don't read it. Don't read the fine print.
But what you don't know can hurt you.
That's right. You need to know the importance of your policy. So, Missouri's had a lot of severe weather the last 4 or 5 years.
Forever.
Forever.
And we have goofy weather in
So
Missouri.
insurance, I always tell people, it's like a checking account. When that checking account gets low or gets zero balance, they're going to increase the rates. They may make changes to deductibles. So insurance companies are going to do bankrupt. Last year, we had a few companies that went out of the state of Missouri. So too many claims. So that's another reason why they go out, because they too much risk versus payouts. They're going to, that you can't afford. So they're going to go out of the state. What's the fine print? Your policy documents. Really important to read through those. If you have questions like myself, you would call me. I'd go through them with you. There's endorsements, water sewer backup, matching siding, matching roofing endorsements. You may not be covered. You're like, I've got a 15-year-old roof. I had full replacement. The insurance company comes in on a hailstorm. Only half the roofs are replaced.
Yeah.
If you had matching shingles there, they would replace the whole roof and not just one section.
And your policy can change from time to time.
So, yeah, it's always going to change. And, you may have exclusions in there.
Yeah.
Trampolines are a big thing. Conditions of your house. I always tell people maintenance. Insurance companies don't pay for maintenance. No. So clean your gutters. Make sure there's not trees overhanging, brushing your shingles. Several factors come into that.
All right. What else you got that people need to remember when it comes to their insurance policies?
So with the roof changes this year in 2026, a lot of companies are going to ACV on the roof, actual cash value, and maybe only full replacement. Some companies I've seen are 4 years, some are 10, some are 15.
Right.
They're going to a percent deductible, 1%, and usually that's 1% of your house that's insured. So coverage A, if your house is insured for $500,000, it's going to be $5,000. If it's 2%, $10,000 deductible. And then some companies are slipping it in there that they're going to do depreciation on your roofing materials.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you may have a...
See, that's a nice surprise to find out. But the whole thing is don't be surprised.
Right. So, you cannot even be covered. So making sure, I had a guy come in the other day that wanted me to quote his insurance.
Yeah.
Still remember when he had a $500 deductible?
Sure.
Now he's got a $5,000 deductible with another company. So read those documents like I threw in the floor in detail. There's always a fine print, maybe a second page, explain that. Several companies put a full page.
Yeah.
Explain the percent deductibles, but you've got to read it. So,
but also that's why you're around, because if you don't understand something, you're a reference to go
That's
to.
right, yeah. Another thing, common mistakes is jewelry. Is jewelry covered on your homeowner's policy? It's covered up, subject to deductible.
Yeah.
But if you schedule it, it has no deductible. So if you got a ring, a necklace, you want to schedule that stuff. Talk to your agent. Make sure like, hey, I've got some valuable art, or I've got some coins.
That's like throwing a rider on your policy.
That's right. Or like a Rolex. You may want to schedule that. Or if you get your wedding ring and you're at the lake and you throws off. You're not going to file that on your home because it's going to make your homeowner's insurance go up. And usually it's only limited to $2,000 on a homeowner's policy. Water sewer backup, that's a big thing this year. Rains, snow, freezing, broken pipes.
Yes.
If you have a basement, I recommend that all my clients put that water sewer backup on there.
Well, the thing is, a few years ago, we had enough rains that basements that never leaked leaked.
Right. So
you can't say, that'll happen to someone else.
On your renewals, just making sure if you're getting life changes, deductibles have changed this year for a lot of companies. Check that out. Any additional exclusions, car and home changes. Do you have a new driver? Any kid that's 15 years old that has a permit has to be listed on your policy. So any of those life changes, you get married. I get all the time, people are like, I've gotten married. And I'm like, you got to tell me there's a discount for that.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's true. And it isn't just, You know, don't always just wait for it to renew automatically after a year or whatever. Pay attention to what changes are happening in your life, and then call someone like you and say, what changes do I need to make?
Oh, man.
Pretty simple.
I know.
People want to take advantage of the information that you have, be able to talk to you. How do they get a hold of
Well,
it?
if you've got a pigeon, you can put a note to it. It can fly right in here at the resource center.
Yes,
but
I know.
if not, grab your phone. You know, you can call me, 417-766-4689. Take out your camera, your flip phone, whatever. Scan that QR code. That's a direct link, and we can get you set up.
John, it's always fun talking with you. Keeping it safer with Schaeffer. Right there, John Schaeffer.